You know, today is New Guitar Day. Best day on the calendar, except for maybe a wedding day, birth of our child. What I have here, not a high-end guitar or a middle-range guitar. It is a cheaper guitar I purchased off of Amazon. Bought it to do some upgrades to it. Can hear the comments now. Why buy a cheap guitar when you spend just a little bit more money and not have to upgrade it? Well, I already have the pickup, the hardware to do the upgrades, and I was looking for something that I could use up these spare parts that I have. And what did I order? I was looking specifically for a Strat with surf green color, white pearlized pickguard, a nice vintage tone wood tone neck with rosewood fretboard. Let's open up, see if what I ordered is what I received, and is the guitar worthy of the upgrades. So I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm guessing it's called Fojill. Not been on Amazon as long as some of the others. Pretty decent feeling gig bag. Cool for adjusting truss rod. Kind of like that shape. Might be a little easier to use than a lot of them. I noticed maybe in bar 2 is the larger size. Some of them are very, very small. So that's also good. So it's looking kind of green. This is supposed to be constructed of basswood. Tell you what, that feels pretty heavy for basswood. But when you purchase these guitars and they're made overseas, you never really know what wood you're really going to get or what it's really going to be constructed of. So if it's made of a little heavier wood, that'd be fine for me. Sturdier, we have a little better sustain. We have a surf green, a pearlized white pickguard, very attractive maple vintage tone wood neck, very nice. Rosewood is supposed to be genuine rosewood fretboard. So before we get too excited about color and its beauty, some of the things I want to check out. First thing I look at is the neck in relationship to the body. I have seen these cheap guitars where the neck's not lined up with the body, and the headstock can be to the left or the right. That pushes the strings way off to one side or the other. So I'm looking down here and I want the strings centered on the neck, and this appears to be actually very good. So it's centered very nicely. Next, I want to look at the neck and its relationship to the body. Is the neck tilted down or up? And that's going to really throw off my ability to adjust my string height. Quick look, it's pretty good. It looks like it could be just a tad high. I haven't checked the neck yet for if its truss rod needs to be adjusted. So, but overall, that's so far looking pretty good. So, a quick look at the neck. We'll see if the truss rod needs to be adjusted or not. If you don't have a straight edge, an easy way, jack it down on the string on the first fret. It has some really big hands, so that helps. Push down on the last couple frets, and then push with your strings. See how much movement there is. So it's a little bit. Not horrible. So needs a little adjustment in the truss rod. But let's also go down to the high E, do the same. And look, is it about the same amount of movement? Yes, about the same amount of movement there and there, which is good. If it was different, then it might tell me that the neck is slightly twisted. It does not appear to be, so that's good. Let's give this just a quick little turn. I'm going to use that tool. This is the first time I ever used one. That is kind of neat. I do like that tool. It is really kind of nice. Take a look at this now to add the string up. This is not a setup on it here. Just tighten it up a little bit. I want to look at that string height. The tool's a little bit different to get used to. Let's tune this up and listen to the sustain, and let's take the back cover off and kind of get a better look at the wood and the body. So we got it tuned up. Noticing as I was tuning that these tuners really aren't bad at all. You can usually judge by tuners. You tune it and then back off a little bit and see if there's any play in the mechanism, and there's not. As soon as I turn back, it starts to tighten the string again. So I don't find any play in the tuners, very, very little. So that's a nice surprise also. Now, let's feel the neck and how well the frets are finished. Now, I've seen one other video on YouTube, and they were pretty bad. This actually very good. I'll probably just take a little sandpaper to each one of these, just finish them a little bit, but I don't have any frets hanging over the fretboard. Pretty good, really good actually for budget guitar. What about the string height here at the nut? This is supposed to be a bone nut. Definitely looks like a bone nut. Pretty nicely finished nut at that. Let's look at the string height. I just hold down on the second fret and see how much room, how much play I got there. You can see that. I'll just go down the line, a little bit there, there. It looks like this has been set up prior to shipping. Only the middle two strings need a little bit of filing on the nut. So again, very pleasantly surprised. Adjusted the neck a little bit, needs a little bit more adjustment, but the string height actually is not bad. I'll probably lower it just a little bit. What about the sustain? So depends on where the bass wood was growing. Oh, it's out of tune again. Good sustain though. The back of it off. A little closer look at what's inside and how it's constructed. Routed out nicely. You clean inside. Finishes not bad, a little thin, but it is a budget guitar. Very clean inside there. Let's check the pots on it and let's see what ohm rating we get on that and see how hot they are. See what the resistance of these coils are. The higher the resistance, a little warmer tone we'll get. That's 2.3, 3.8, a little warmer. And the last one, 2.3. That's odd. They usually go up as you get closer to the bridge. So I'm not really expecting much out of the pickups. So would I call this a guitar that's ready to play out of the box? Surprisingly, yes. I do recommend a setup whenever you buy a guitar, unless you're buying a pretty expensive one. They should be set up nicely. But this is about as close as you can get to a guitar that's set up pretty decent for that price range. I'm going to do another video on me setting it up, and I think I will do a video on what to look for what to look for when you get out of here, cat. What to look for when you're going out looking to purchase a guitar. A lot of beginners have no idea what to look for, what's important, and what's going to make their life easier as they try to learn to play. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative. And again, Fojill from Amazon.